All right, check this out, man. So, uh, look at all this amaranth, right? This is Palmer's amaranth. This is I'm gonna sacrifice one of these plants so I can show you up close. This is a good one. Check it out. A lot of people think this is a weed, or a lot of people call it a weed, and the reason for that is because it can act like a weed, right? It can harbor insects. It can harbor. It can probably be a host of different pathogens, which are usually vectored by insects, anyways. Insect will get the pathogen. It'll go to the next plant, and then it can transmit it through various means, right? So it is a weed in that aspect, but it's also a weed in the case of look at it, right? It's growing everywhere. It takes over. Each one of these produces a lot of seeds that'll just spread. Um, One thing about it, this is Palmer's amaranth. This is Amaranthus Palmeri, right? And the one thing about it though is that amaranth is an ancient grain. It's one of the. It's a long. I don't want to say lost, but like it's a long, uh, kind of forgotten about ancient grain. I believe I might be wrong, but I believe that it actually is one of the only grains that's a complete protein. It has all 9 essential amino acids, I think. But anyway, the pollen that these produce, it can be an irritant for a lot of people. It can cause allergies and things like that. So a lot of people remove it, and I do not necessarily uh, disagree with removing it, but I feel as though if you're going to let it grow, then you should find something to do to utilize it. But at the same token, too, it does provide a lot of things for the uh, immediate environment. So again, it can harbor insects and pests and things like that. But check it out. Watch. So if you look here, right, you just see a huge. Oh, and another thing. Where did that go? Uh, Look, check this out. If you're gonna pull the weeds, like, right, don't throw them in plastic trash bags. A huge. Oh, and another thing. Where did that go? Uh, Look, check this out. If you're gonna pull the weeds, like, right, don't throw them in plastic trash bags. Here, you can see this big old amaranth, right? A lot of flowers. By the way, the bees love these flowers. They're always all over them. These can get huge. We have one over there that's like pretty massive, but if you look, like you can see that it's just providing shade. It's going to make the soil fertile, and things like that. And then critters are going to want to like hide in here. Hopefully not rattlesnakes, but the rule of thumb for us, I think, the way we kind of go about oh, look at this. That's cool, man. It's got like multiple flowers on the same like head, like in a cluster, and then like there's like variegated versions too. They're pretty cool. It would make like cool pressed art. So you like rip a leaf off, right? And don't worry, I'm not hurting the plant. Um, I don't know. You could press that, right? You could. Uh, so this can be like a whole nother video, but like quick version, what I do to press things is I just put them inside of a book and I put heavier books on top of it, on a piece of paper so I can label it, and then I leave it there for a couple weeks, and then it perfectly preserves the leaf, and then I just tape it to the paper, and I have leaves from like years back. So just side note, pro tip. Um, but yeah, so Amaranth is pretty cool, but our idea with this homestead is we're not going to remove anything until it crosses a natural boundary. So, for instance, goat heads, right? These little guys right here. I know this isn't a goat head video, but these guys, they'll produce what are called goat heads, right? And you step on those, and it's pretty awful, and they track inside and everything. So we do remove these because they do cross a physical boundary. We have had to remove amaranth because it was competing with some chili plants that we were trying to grow. So if it starts competing instead of coexisting, that's where we kind of draw the line with it. But follow me to the front yard, and then we'll harvest some and see what we're going to do with it later. Okay, so as I was explaining in the backyard, we're gonna come up to the front yard and harvest some of this stuff. This one probably too big to harvest. I mean, you can see the size of the leaf, right, and then you can see the size of the plant, and the fact that it's like pretty much already flowering. It's just it makes it a little bit more astringent. I think when it gets older, the leaves don't taste as well, and also they get higher concentrations of oxalates, which in high concentrations isn't necessarily the best thing. So if you do eat your amaranth, if you do eat your weeds, then there's a couple things that you can do. You can either just take it easy, treat it like kale, treat it like something you know every so many pieces on your salad can be kale, but don't make your whole salad kale. Don't make your whole salad amaranth either. Another thing you can do is blanch them, um, which is just where you soak them in hot water, right? You boil them, um, and it leaches some of that stuff out. So that plant is too big, so we're gonna go on the hunt for a smaller plant with a little bit more edible leaves. What we're gonna do, we're gonna look to see. So, see, even this one. This one's kind of like I'm sacrificing this for the camera, but it's like a teenager, right? Still probably like okay. Um, but this is one of the ones that we probably want to use to dry, and um, to dry and to turn into a powder. So we can dry this out. So this wasn't harvested for nothing. We can dry this out. We could try to turn that into a powder, and then we'll have to let you know how that goes. So what we want to do is we want to find one that is not quite this size yet. Um, and if that just happens to not be doable at this moment in time, we can check it out. Pretty young, right? So, um, that might be kind of the age that you're looking for. They're edible, raw, or like again, you can blanch them. You can throw them on things. Um, or you just take a leaf, shove it in your mouth, just like any other leafy green, in a sense. It's pretty good stuff. Take some of this. We're gonna dry it. We're gonna turn it into a powder. We're gonna use that as a supplement. Um, I highly recommend looking into all the benefits of amaranth and learning key identification characteristics so you can actually forage them in your yard, and please don't spray them with pesticides. I get it. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a rant, I guess, but like I get some people have to use them, but if you're able-bodied and you can do something with your weeds that's not spraying them with insecticides or fungicides, um, or herbicides, then that's something that you should probably look into doing. It's better for you. It's better for the environment, it's better for your land. The creatures will thank you because, again, these can harbor like insects that you don't want, but the insects that you don't want feed the insects that you do want. So I don't know. Uh, we don't like to spray. We don't spray things for that reason because we want to invite all life. And again, as long as it's not disrupting anything or choosing competition over coexistence, then we're just gonna leave it. And yeah, all right.